Good morning, students. The next concept is Java tokens. So Java tokens, what is actually Java tokens? Java tokens are nothing but individual building blocks or smallest unit of Java program. Okay, so if Java compiler uses these tokens to construct the expressions as well as the statements. Okay, so if I want to tell you simply what is a Java token, simply a collection of Java program is a collection of these tokens along with the comments and white spaces. Okay, so you can find these three things only in your Java program. One is Java tokens, comments and white spaces. Okay, you already know the comments, right? Either single line comments or multi-line comments. Okay, Java documentation comments also there. And the next one, white spaces. Okay, so from your keyboard you can give some space between the words. That is nothing but a token here. Okay, so there are various kinds of tokens available in Java. They are reserved words, some, and they are called as a keywords also, and identifiers, literals, operators and separators. Okay, if you take these white space is also comes under category of Java token only. Okay, so we have to discuss all these Java tokens. The first one is reserved word or keyword. So reserved word or keyword means you already know these things in keywords in the C, right? There are 32 keywords in C, right? So what is meant by keyword or maybe reserved word means they reserved a predefined meaning. That means we cannot use them for our purpose, user purpose. Okay, they have a specific meaning. They have to mean for the specific purpose only, and user cannot use them as a general identifier. Okay, in Java also we have a 53 reserved words or keywords. So in these 53, 50 are can be called as a keywords, and 3 are literals. Okay, we'll discuss literals, what is literals, and how they are useful. Okay, so reserved words means reserved means they reserve a specific meaning. Okay, so totally 53 is there. You know few things. Okay, I think you don't know about abstract asset, but boolean. Okay, so boolean variable from data type from C language, you know this one. And a break to break the loops, you know this. Okay, byte, so byte is new here. Okay, so 8 bits, that you know, right? Case, switch case, catch, try catch blocks, char data type, you know. Class, we already completed na. Any class in Java can be constructed with a class keyword. Okay, and a constant, in C you have a constant. Continue, to continue the loop. Default you don't know. Do while you know. Double data type, else, if else, enumeration, extents you don't know. Finally, float you know, right? For, go to, if, all you know. Okay, so among these 53 keywords, you know 32. Okay, so implements, importer, implements you don't know, but importer you already completed now. Like include, in Java you use import, right? Okay, so instance of you don't know, int data type you know, interface you don't know, long data type you know. Okay, native, new, package, private, protected, public, all these you don't know. Okay, returning of data, that you know. Okay, short data type no, static don't know, strict FB no, super you don't know, switch, again switch cases, switch you know, synchronize this, throw, try catch, throw. If you know the exception handling in C, you understand what is a throws and all. Okay, so transient, try catch blocks. Okay, void no, you know very well, right? Void is nothing but it defines nothing we are returning. Okay, so volatile you don't know. While, do, while follow statement. Okay, control flow statement, so that you know. So true, false or nothing but boolean values, right? Null. Okay, so among these 53, except a true, false and a null, all are called as a reserved words, and these three called as a literals. Literals means values given to a boolean data type. Okay, Okay, these are not actually reserved keywords, but we can define them as a reserved keywords. And if you observe, so we already discussed in the differences between C and Java, C++ and Java about go-to statements. Go-to statements is not there in Java to reduce complexities, right? But here they mentioned go-to. Why? Because maybe they also don't know so whether they will use a go to in a future, so that's why they reserved this go to keyword is a word as one of the reserved word. Okay, so in the later versions of Java they may use, so for the reason they reserve the word. Okay, in the same way constant. Okay, constant strict fe. Okay, so some of words are not even implement in the Java also, but they reserved the words. Okay, okay, maybe they can use in the future. Okay, so that about the reserved words. Okay, hope you understand. When comes to the identifiers, what is an identifier? You all know some of topics, or you already know in the C language. What is an identifier? Identifier are nothing but a names to a variables, methods, classes, packages, interfaces. Okay, so what are there in the Java language? What are they? It is nothing but a collection of classes. Package is nothing but a collection of classes and interfaces. A class is nothing but a collection of methods. Method is nothing but a set of statements and variables. Okay, so to call these things. Okay, so to give names to these things, so we can give identifiers. Identifiers are simply nothing but names to variables, methods, classes, packages, interfaces. How we have a name? Okay, so to identify a student, a student have a roll number. So to identify a human may have a name. Okay, so identifier is nothing but a name to these variables, methods, classes, packages, or interfaces. Okay, so there are certain rules we have to follow in C also. You know all these things. There are certain rules you have to follow to defining the valid Java identifier. Okay, so the only allowed characters for identifiers are alphanumeric. It may be capital A to Z and small a to Z, or maybe 0 to 9. Okay, and you can use two special symbols. One is a dollar, the second one is the underscore. Okay, so dollar, we have an extra addition here, but in C we have only underscore. Okay, so if you take an example abc at the rate is actually a special symbol, and if this word is not in a valid identifier. Okay, and when comes to the second rule, identifier should not start with a digits. Okay, this is also in C language the uh, 1 2 3 ABC. Okay, what happening here, the identifier name start with a 1 2 3, that is nothing but a digit. Okay, this is also a not a valid identifier. Okay, the third rule is Java identifiers are case sensitive. Okay, so Java language is actually case sensitive. Case sensitive, what is case sensitive? Okay, case sensitive, case insensitive. Case sensitive means, so small a is always differ with the capital A, both are not same, that is a case sensitive. Okay, so case insensitive means both are same. Okay, in place of a small a you can also use a capital A, that is case insensitive. But when comes to the Java language, it is a case sensitive language, and in the same way Java identifiers also case sensitive. Okay, so there is means there is always difference between capital and small a. Okay, so there is no limit on the length of the identifier, but it is advisable to use optimum length of 4 to 15 letters. Okay, so letters means it may be a combination of all these A to Z, 0 to 9 and all. Okay, so means there is no restrictions on the length of the variable, method, class, package, interface names. But if you give 100 length of identifier for a variable, So it is difficult to even write also. Okay, so that's why it is good practice to give the length between 4 to 15 letters. Okay, but it should be, the name should be understandable, identifiable for the future reference, like that. Okay, so reserved words cannot be used as an identifier. Okay, all these rules are already we know in C. Okay, so it should be in alphanumeric A to Z, 029 small and uppercase of AB, dollar sign underscore, and should not start with a number. It should be case sensitive. The minimum length, minimum optimum length is 4 to 15 letters, and reserved words cannot be used as an identifier. Okay, so while is actually we discussed in the reserved words are keywords. So int while means already you know na, declaration of a variable, data type, variable name, and we are assigning a value. This is called as a literal. Okay, so while is the name of identifier, actually name of a variable we are giving, but while is already a reserved word, so this is a wrong statement. Okay, so next one, Java literals. Okay, so what is a literal? Literal may be anything. Okay, so it may be a number, text, or anything that represents a value. Okay, simply if you want to say what is a literal, literals in Java are the constant values assigned to the variable. Okay, we are assigning a value to a variable. That value is simply called as a literal, and somehow it is also called as a constant. For example, int num equal to 0. This is nothing but a variable declaration and initialization. Okay, so int is a data type. Okay, num is a variable, that is nothing but identifier, and equal to 200, we are giving a value to a variable num, that is nothing but a literal. Okay, so data type we already completed, literal we are discussing, and what is about a variable here. Okay, so to understand the literal in depth, so we have to understand the variables first. Okay, so what is a variable? So variables are nothing but, so identifier are a name of the memory location. Okay, so we already know any programming language to work properly means it requires some memory, so where it can store the data, right? So the memory location can be identified with the help of this variable only, or simply you can call it as a name to a memory location. Okay, so which used to solve, I mean save data temporarily for later use in the program. So we can declare a data that is stored in memory in temporarily. The name of that memory location is simply nothing but a variable. Okay, so we have another definition. A variable is a container. Container means storing. Okay, so even in kitchen we have a containers, right, to store some groceries and all. Okay, so it's same as like that. Okay, so a variable is a container which holds the value while the Java program is executed. Okay, so a variable is a place or a container or name of a memory location which holds the value that is given to a variable. Okay, so in the Java program, so when the Java program, while the Java program is executed. Okay, so by this example you may understand. So it is a variable where we can assign some value to the variable. It stores this value in the memory location while the Java program is executed. Whenever we need that value, we can identify that value with the help of this variable only. And always a variable should be prefixed with a data type. So to represent what kind of variable data it stores. So what kind of data it is actually stores? 200. So 200 is nothing but integer. Okay, so to represent what kind of a data it stores, variable stores, so that can be decided by the data type only. Always a variable should be prefixed with a data type only. Okay, a variable is assigned with a data type. Okay, So during the execution of a program, values can be stored in a variable and the stored values can be changed. Okay, the name itself defines what is a variable. Variable means where is the data. Okay, so a value stored in the variable will change anytime during the program execution. Okay, it's not a constant. Value constant. Okay, we already discussed now. So the literal value is constant. 200 cannot become a 300 even the execution of a program. But so num initially assigned with 200. If in case I perform any addition operation num plus 1 means num equal to num plus 1. So the value of num will become 201. Okay, in the execution process the value of a variable may change. I am not telling about the value of a literal. Okay, so always 200 will be the 200 only. Okay, so that's why Java literals are nothing but a constant, whereas variables values may change during the programming. That is actually difference I have to point out. Okay, so in Java programming, so it is necessary to necessary to declare the variable before they are using. Okay, not only in Java, in C, C++ also we have to declare them initially. Okay, but when it comes to the Python kind of a languages, so whenever you want to use a variable, then you can declare it. Okay, so it not required initially you define it. Okay, that is the difference with the future languages. Okay, now Java is a very Python is a popular. Python defines that kind of a features, but that is not there in Java. Okay, so if you want to use it, you can declare it. Okay, but whenever you want to use it, you can declare it. And in Java there are three kinds of variables. They are local, instance and static. Declaration of variables in Java. So declaring a variable means what kind of a data it will store. We are specifying what kind of a data it will going to store. Okay, so variable means simply a storage location. So whose values are, so variable means store name of the storage location. Variable means container of a value, and a variable value can be changed during the execution of a program. Okay, and you have to declare initially if you want to use it in the program. These are the key points you have to remember. And data type variable name always prefixed with a data type. Okay, so these are the basic basic rules you have to remember for declaring a variable or regarding a variable. Okay, so how to define a variable, how to declare a variable. So type space variable name, or we end with a semicolon. Semicolon always is there in Java. Why? Because it is nothing but a terminator. Okay, terminator of a statement. You learn this thing in C also. Okay, so means it's a better to compare a language with another, so to easily understand. Okay, so that's why I'm always comparing. You already know C, so if I compare with a C, it is a very quick learning. That's why I'm using. Okay, so type variable name comma variable name comma variable. That means you can use in single line of single line you can use a many more than one variable name of same type. So alone you can use a single variable name, or you can declare more than one variable name in the same line of a same type. Okay, if the data type is similar, you can do this syntax. Okay, so data type. Okay, examples, variable definitions. Okay, so declaration means we are not assigning any value. Definition means we are assigning value also. Int width and height are comes under integer data type. Okay, So but for width we are not initializing any value, but height we are giving a value of 5. 5 is actually literal. Okay. Char letter. Char is a data type. Letter is a variable name, and we are giving a value that is a literal C2 data letter. Okay, variable. So float area, age and area. Okay, so both are float variables. Double data type, D is a variable. Okay, so if the type is similar, we can declare in the single line by separating comma. If we have different data types, we can uh, declare, in next lines. Okay, so initialization of variables, we already seen that initialization here, but so we'll recall once again. So this means assigning a value to a variable. Okay, so you can assign value to a variable in two different ways. So one is a static, one is a dynamic. What is a static or dynamic? Static means so already defining. Okay, so initially means defining, so the value cannot be changed. But when it comes to the dynamic means while running the program, you are while initializing the program, you are while running the program, you are initializing the value. So that is nothing but a dynamic. Okay, width 10, age 26.5 or nothing but a static initialization of variables. If I take height, width in width uh, plus 5, height equal to width plus 5. Okay, so what is a width actually? 10, and 5 is added to the width. Okay, now height will become 15. Okay, so like that we are not declaring initially, but not declaring, sorry, initializing. Okay, so initializing data initially called as static. Initializing the data while program is running, that is called as a dynamic. Okay, so the names of the variable should be uh, defined carefully. By why? Because so they have a specific meaning that reflect the program purpose. Okay, so addition of two numbers means number 1, number 2. Okay, if it is a string concatenation means name 1, name 2. Okay, so that means the name of a variable should reflect the purpose of it should match with the purpose of a program also. Okay, so that is the taken care by the programmer. So overall declaration, initialization, this thing. Okay, so int a comma b declaration. So both are integer type now. So that's why we are declare in the single statement. So a is a variable name, 123 is a literal. We are assigning a literal constant to the a in the same way. Okay, so this equal to is nothing but assignment operator. We are assigning a value to here. Okay, inline initialization statement. Okay, so that means this is a like assigning dynamic allocation. Okay, values a plus b. Okay, so int is c value is not initialized initially. Okay, whenever the program is going to execute. Okay, so the c value is actually calculated by a plus b. What is actually a? 123. Okay, the system will pick 123 and place here, and what is about b? 45 will pick and place here. So it will calculate the sum and it will assign to c. Okay, so what it mean actually? So this is nothing but a dynamic allocation of a value. Okay, and it is also called as a inline initialization statement. Means like the declaration and initialization is actually happening in the single line. Okay, so that is called as an inline initialization statement. So this is about a declaration and initialization of a data, both static and dynamical. Okay now. Okay, so how we have a rules for defining identifier, in the same way for defining variables also we have a same rules. Okay, so the variable name can consisting of capital letters A to Z, lower letters A to Z, digits 0 9, and two special characters underscore and dollars, and same rules. Same rules means a variable is nothing but one of the identifier only, right? A variable is nothing but a name given to a variable. The name of a variable is nothing but identifier only. Okay, so the first character must be a letter, not a digit. Blank space cannot be used in a variable names in between. So for example, like two special, so there is a space in between two and special, right? So that is not allowed in the variable names, identifier names. Okay, so Java keywords cannot be used as a variable names, and variable names are case sensitive. All these rules we have to follow while declaring a variable names. Okay, that means similar to the same identifier rules. Scope of a variable. Scope means, first of all, what is a scope means? So scope means limit, how much we can access that variable. Okay, if a variable is declared, and what is the, how far we can access the data. Okay, variable. Okay, if you declare a variable in a program, okay, how far it is accessible, limitations we are defining. Okay, so in Java there are three kinds of scopes available for variable. They are local scope, instance scope, class or static scope. Okay, so based on the scope, the variables are actually classified into local variables, instance variables, class or static variables. So scopes defines the limitation for a variable. Okay, how far a variable can be accessible. Based on there are three scopes: local, instance, class or static scopes. Based on the scope of a variable, three types of variables are defined: local variables, instance variables, class or static variables. Okay, so what is uh, local variable? So local variable in Java is a variable that is declared within the body of a method. So in the previous videos we already know the template of a Java program, right? Class name, in that we have a method, public static void main string arguments, that is a compulsory method. In that you can write a statements. Okay, so class and methods are the basic elements. If any variable declared within the body of a method, then it is called as a local variable. Okay, so that means you can use that variable within the method only, not outside of the method. Even other outside of a methods, a particular method cannot even don't know the existence of a variable. Okay, so that is about local variable. I will tell you the example, you may better understand. So next one, the instance variable means, so they are defined outside of the method body. Okay, so if it is inside, that is called as a local variable. If it is outside of a method, but it should be within the class only. Okay, so within the class only, but outside the method, then that is called as a instance variables. Okay, so it is not declared as a static. Okay, you can keep this point aside. Okay, so instance variables are related to a specific object or instance. Means the value of this instance variable cannot shared among instances. In general, object will share some data, right, by passing messages. In the beginning we discussed in the object oriented programming concepts, we discussed about message passing, how the objects will communicate by message passing, right? But when comes to the value of an instance variable, no object will share it with other instances or object. Instance is nothing but object only, different, another name. Okay, so you keep this point aside for now. Okay, so local variable means within the method. Okay, instance variable means outside the method but within the class only. Okay, what about a class or a static variable? A variable which is declared using a static keyword in class but not in method. Okay, it is same as a instance variable only. Outside of method, inside a class only, but we can add a static keyword. Okay, we don't know static keyword till now, but we used it in main method, public static void main, static na. Okay, so we can use static before a variable name, then that the variable is called as a class or static variable. Okay, okay, it cannot be local. If it is if I mean we cannot declare a static variable inside the method. So local means inside method only, right? So that, so of course you are may getting confusing, so just wait for a while. Okay, you can create a single copy of a static variable and share among all these instances of the class. But when comes to the instance variable, so you cannot share between instances. Okay, so I mean among instances, only it is a object specific. It is meant for only one object. It cannot be shared among objects. But when comes to the static variable, so there is a sharing possibility for the static variable value. Okay, so memory allocation for a static variable happens only once when the class is loaded in the memory. Okay, so class is loaded in the memory, then only a static variable memory is allocated. Okay, so local variable means within the method. Okay, so other methods don't know, within the method only. Instance variables means outside the method within the class, that cannot be shared to another object. Key points. Static means outside the method within the class but with a static keyword. Okay, so here now we can say the variable which is not declared as static, that means outside of a method that is not declared as static is called as an instant variable. If it is declared as static, then it is called as a static variable, right? Okay, so that means here for instance variable you have to create every time you have to allocate a memory for every object. If one object want to access, you have to allocate a memory. If another object want to access, you have to allocate another memory. But when it comes to the static, once you allocate a memory, it can be given to every access to every object. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, we'll see the example. So you can you already know the template of a class, right? Class name, public static void main string arguments. Okay, that is the template of the class. Okay, now I am adding variables to the class. Int amount, static int pin, int age. What are these actually? Int is a data type, amount is a variable name, equal to 100 literal. So it so we are assigning a value to a amount. Okay, what is actually, first it is a variable. Okay, later we will see whether it is a instant, static or local. Okay, so again static is a keyword, int is a data type, pin is a variable name, or we are assigning a value 2315. Okay, and again we have a int age data type, variable name equal to 35 value literal. Okay, so all these three this is a class, this is a main method. Okay, that is a compulsory method in Java. Okay, so the template is defined like that only, you cannot skip it. Okay, so these are nothing but variables. Now we will see what kind of variables are there. Those, whether it is a local, instance, static. I already comment here, so for better understand. So it is a method. If a variable declared in the method, that variable is actually called as a local variable. Okay, this int age equal to 35 is a variable that is declared within the method. Within the method means these flower brackets defines a block. So this variable is restricted to this block only, right? That's why it is called as a local variable. Okay, so when comes to the instance variable, so int amount equal to 100. So it is a method, but this amount is declared outside of the method. Okay, so outside of the method but inside the class only, right? So inside the class block of code only we declared this. Okay, so that's why, so outside of a method, inside of a class, a variable is declared, then it is called as an instance variable. Okay, so local you understand, and instance you understand. Okay, what about a static variable? A static variable outside of the method, inside of the class only. Okay, outside of the method, inside of the class only, but the difference is here we add a keyword static. Okay, so that's why it is called as a static or class variable. Okay, so now you able to understand the declaration and the scope of a variable. If it is in the method, it is a local variable. It is outside the method, but in the class it is a instance variable. If a variable outside the method, inside a class, along with a static keyword, then it is called as a static variable. Okay, so you have a clear idea about variables, declaration and scope. Okay, so now what is a static actually? Static actually, that is actually internal process, the execution process. I will explain later. Okay, what is the difference between a normal variable uh, memory allocation and static variable memory allocation? Okay, here if you observe here, so instance variable are related to a specific object, means cannot be shared among instances. Once you define a variable with a specific value in a specific memory location, that cannot be accessed by others. But if you overcome, I mean, if you want to share, means, so a single copy of a static variable can be shared among instances. Okay, so in opposite way of instance variable, if you want to share the same data to every object, you can go with the static. Okay, so in the memory allocation, in the execution point of view, these two differ. Okay, so inside a method, specific to a method, and that is a local. Okay, there is no doubt at all, this local means normal variable. But when comes to the outside of a method, inside of a class, we have two kind of variables: instance variable, static variable. Okay, so what is the difference? Means allocation of a memory, accessing of a memory. So int amount means it is a specific to a single object. The memory the value cannot be shared by all objects. Okay, all objects means what is all objects? For a class, in the first classes we discussed, for a class we have how we access the data of a class, by with the help of object only. Okay, so an object can access the data, and we can declare more than one object for a class. Okay, so we can declare more than one object for a class. So if only one object can access the instance data, but if you want more than one object access the data, so we can specify the static. Okay, so that is the reason behind we have these many types of scopes and variables. Okay, uh, here we have another example addition of two numbers. Class simple, and class name of the class is a keyword used to declare a class, and a simple is nothing but name of the class. And will anyone tell me the naming conventions for the class? So the name of the class should start with a capital letter. Okay, so we have to follow naming conventions. And the next one, method public static void, I mean it should be like same only. Okay, so what about string? S should be capital. So string arguments. Okay, int a, int b, int c. What about these variables? Or these instance variables or static variables or any other? These are actually local variable. Why? Because they are declared in the method itself, method body. Okay, system.out.println. How we have a printf in Java? Okay, sorry, printf in C. We have a system.out.println in Java. Okay, so here the name of the class should start with a capital letter only, and the string, so we don't have any capital letter here, but when it comes to this string, S should be capital. In the same way, in the system.out.println, S should be capital. Okay, so like that the programs the program defined like that only. The program language syntax is defined like that only, predefined syntax here. Okay, so Java, this is about example programs. Okay, I will execute one program for you now. Yes, I want to see it. Okay, I already installed Java in my laptop. So I will forward a video how to install and all later. Now, so you have a somewhat confusion about a program, Java program. So let's see execute one program. So first you can open command prompt. You know how to open in the search box. If you type a command, so you open about the command prompt. So there you can type javac. Okay, so is it visible to all of you? Okay, javac. Edit properties. I think font and increase. I don't think so. It changed. No, it's okay to see javac. Okay, so I already installed Java in my program, my laptop. Okay, so the thing is, you have to check so whether already Java is there. So already we discussed about javac. What is a javac actually? Javac is nothing but compiler, Java compiler. So one of the tool in JDK, javac, Java, Javadoc, all we discussed now. The thing is, you have to remember what we discussed in the previous videos. Okay, so if you type javac, if you press enter, it will show set of files related to Java compiler. Okay, so now, so that means the Java is already exist in your system. This is the way you can check Java existence. Okay, now you can open a notepad Notepad is one of the IDE, integrated development environment. How we have Turbo C for C program development. In the same way, we have a Notepad plus plus, Eclipse. All different IDEs are there. Okay, so but for for Eclipse or some other IDEs, you have to specially install in your laptop. But when it comes to the Notepad, along with the operating system, you have a Notepad. That's why everyone maximum using Notepad only. But so I'm not restrict with a Notepad IDE. We will install another IDE is also later. IDE, integrated development environment, the place where we can write the Java programs. Okay, so first so I am writing a program. So what is a program actually? Class uh, class sample, right? Okay, the name of the S should be capital. Enter flower bracket. Already know now this program. Okay, and next method. So the alignment of a program is also very important. So to understand a very clear what is we are doing, where we can have a mistakes, too easy identifying also. So the alignment of a program is very important. So that's why I'm giving space. Next one, method. What is a method? Public static void main string scats string arguments. Okay, array brackets, parenthesis close. So how to print a statement? By using system scaps, system system dot out dot print ln. Okay, so hello CSC. So this is the message I want to print for you. Okay, there I can close the main method, and after that I can close the class. Okay, so just we are not doing addition of two numbers. We just try to print a simple message, hello CSC. Okay, so now we completed the writing of a program. How to execute this program? Okay, so first you can save this file. Okay, if you look at the command prompt, so actually Java is there in a C users and Sri Ganesh 1. Okay, in this location we have this Java software. Okay, so that's why I can save there only. Okay, in C, so they directly I am in the particular directory only, I am saving directly. So how to give a name? Here the saving name should match with the class name. So whatever the name you give here as a class name, sample, the same name you should give here. Okay, otherwise it won't execute. The class name should match with the file name too. Okay, so sample, and the extension of, what is the extension of a C language? .c, right? In the same way here .java is the name of the extension. Okay, so the save as a type, it is actually text only, but that is not our thing. So the thing is, you have to remember one thing, wherever you have a Java software, in the same location you have to save the file. Okay, the name of the class file and the name of the file you are saving the file, you are saving the same program, it should be matched, sample. Okay, and save. Okay, so next what you have to do, is you can go to the command prompt. There you can type Java C. Again, Java C stands for Java compiler. Java compiler is one of the JDK tool, Java development kit tool. It executes, compiles the Java code. Compiling. Okay. And what is the name given to our file, our program? Sample, right? With extension itself, Java. So Java C space name of the file sample.java. You can press enter. Okay. So if it is there any error, it will show the errors. Okay. So I remove a semicolon. I am saving this. Control S. I am saving. Okay. Okay. There is an error. It's showing actually the error. So sample.java is your program. At line number 5 there is an error. Semicolon expected. Again it shows the entire statement system.out.println hello CSC. There you missed one semicolon expected. It's showing, right? It is a very user friendly, right? Okay, the thing is you have to find out. Okay, 5 in the 5th line you missed the semicolon, the entire statement. It is actually user friendly language. Okay, so you can add semicolon. Again you have save. Control S I am pressing. Okay, so again you are asking, you didn't save. Okay, save. Then go with the command prompt. Use Java C. Java C is a compiler, part of a JDK, one of the tool which can be used to compile a Java program. Okay, the name of the class and the name of the file should match. Okay, and whenever you are using Java C in command prompt, you have to give the same name. The name of the class, the first one, the name of the file, and after Java C you are giving the name here, right? That is also should match. Okay, 3 things you should match. Now 4th thing is also there. Then you can type Java. Java is an interpreter. Java C is a compiler. Java is an interpreter which can execute. Compiler for compiling the file program. Java is an interpreter to run the program. Okay, simply you can type sample. Okay, so no need to give any extension here. Okay, I think all of you following my instructions. So Java C compiler, you have to specify the file name itself. Okay, sample.java. But when it comes to the Java, Java is an interpreter. So you don't need to mention any extensions. Already we have, when we compile what kind of a file, we have class file, right? So directly we can specify sample. No need of specifying it is a Java file. Sample now become a class file. Bytecode is consisting. Okay, so you can press enter. See this? What you observe here? Hello CSC. Okay, so we print the message hello CSC. So what we did actually, we type a simple program class with a single method, and it is a compulsory method, public static void main string arguments. A simple statement to print by using system.out.println. 4 things you should match. One is name of the class, name of the file, the name you are giving after Java C, the name after giving Java interpreter. These 4 things you should match. Okay, so now I am going for new program, that is addition of 2 numbers now. Okay, so it's time taking. I am copying paste the code here. You don't do people, because I don't have any time. That's why, I mean, I'm a waste of time. So that's why I'm doing. You don't do. Okay. I think you people don't do program also. Of course, yes, it is difficult for you guys. You don't have any laptop. Some people, I think, but there is options we have. I will show you those options also. Directly, we can execute the programs in online itself. Okay, online how to execute. So online Java compilers we have. You can do that in your mobile also. Okay, so decoder is also there. One of the app there you can execute if you want. Okay, the thing is it's your interest only. Class is simple. Uh, so already we use a simple, no? So I can add a sample or simple. We already used. Okay, sample. Oh, okay, simple. It is okay. Okay, so the name should be reflect, right? Add addition. Yeah, okay. So public static void means string arguments and int a, int b, int c, system dot out dot println c. Okay, there you can use addition of two numbers. Okay, you can save addition dot java. Okay, so remember, always the name of the class should match with the name of the file name. Okay, then we go with the command prompt. There you can type okay, java c addition again, addition dot java. Oh, I have so many errors. Why? Because the problem is, I will tell you why. Because I copied the data. That is the biggest problem. Okay. Why the problem is, I directly from copied from net to um, ppt and ppt to here. No, that is actually problem. Okay, I know already, but I'll try that. Okay, and means there are so many special things added to like this. Okay, so many special effects are there in net, so that's why we have a problem. So already okay, now we're pressing okay, class addition, then you can type okay, already there now. Okay, public BLIC public static void main state array next. System dot out dot print element. See this? But the next thing is Java. Okay, so if you see the difference, what is actually happening? So system.out.println alone C means it printing only the value directly. Okay, so that is not a good habit. So you can write like this: system.out.print addition of two numbers, addition of two numbers. Okay, then you can add a plus. Plus is actually a concatenation operator here. Okay, then try to remove this. Okay, I remove this first. Okay, you will understand what is actually happening here. Okay, okay, Control S. Means you are doing mistakes and learn from the mistake. The thing. Okay, I already save it by removing plus. Okay, so there is an expected thing. So here you don't have an exact problem. Okay, it's not specifying what is exact problem. So system.out.println there is something expected, so that it shows a close parenthesis, but actually it's not actually. So addition of two numbers. So after ending of double quote we have to close it, right? In the previous program hello CSC, after double quote we close it, right? but but here we adding is a variable name that C. What is C actually? So the system unable to understand. Okay, so this kind of a thing is actually illegal expression. Okay, so here it's showing it's a mistake, but it is not exactly not telling what is a problem. In the line 8 addition of Java program, in the line 8 there is something expected, so it's showing from the left to right. So if you see, from left to right, so it expecting parenthesis after double quote. That's its nature. Okay, so here like that, so that's why here also we have. Okay, but when it comes to the actual thing in the program, so here what we are what we have to tell to the system program is to JVM. So you can print the statement addition of first two numbers. After that you can print the value of C also. Okay, so that's why here I'm using plus. Plus in general plus is a arithmetic operator, but when comes to the here it is nothing but like a concatenation operator. So addition of two numbers is nothing but a string. In the same way C also is string. In Java anything can be treated as a string. Okay, so you can concatenate these two. Of course yes, here we have a int type data type. Okay, but whenever the data is there in the system.out.println, it can be treated as a string. Anything in Java can be treated as a string only. Okay, okay, so there you can use a plus symbol. Means we are telling the system that you can concatenate addition of two numbers with C value. Okay, so that's why we are placing plus here. Okay, so that's about addition of two numbers, and we have execution also. Yes, so that is about variables, simple program execution. Okay, so we started literals, right? We started literals. Literal is nothing but a constant value given to a variable. So we don't know about variables. So of course we know in C language, we don't know about variables, not yet discussed in Java. That's why we moved to variables. We discussed types of variables, and we executed a simple program in Java. Okay, uh, so this program addition of two numbers we executed. Okay, so we have a Java literals. Okay, okay, we'll see in the next class. So literals, we have to start by literals, right? Okay, that's all for today, I think so. It's already 1:05. Okay.